are doing a sushi mukbang.
Yes.
Super excited. It's been a while since we had sushi, right, babe?
It's been a long while. And ramen, of course, too.
Yes, Jamil really wanted some ramen today. So
I was feeling it.
Got some chicken ramen, right?
Yep, chicken ramen.
Awesome.
Looks so good, you guys.
Yay! I'm excited. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, so we have a few rolls. Oops, I forgot to put my phone on silent. My bad. So we have a few rolls. We got a spicy tuna with some crunchy tempura crunchies in there. Yeah. And cream cheese and shrimp tempura.
Okay.
And then this middle one here is shrimp tempura in the middle. And then it has avocado and salmon, baked salmon on top.
Looks
with,
good.
I believe, some yum yum sauce and some eel sauce. Mm-hmm. And then here we have in the middle, avocado, shrimp tempura. I see the theme. We got all shrimp tempura, but that's cool. Avocado, shrimp tempura, and cream cheese in the middle with crab and scallops on top.
I'm shocked you can remember all of that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was good. Okay. I don't know what you got. I was just like, it all sounds good. So
we're gonna dive in, you guys,
cool.
And then we need to talk to you because we really need to get your opinion on something.
We got some questions for you guys.
Yes, because you guys always are straight shooters. And you keep it real. So we need to know if we are crazy.
Yes. And we also need to know...
Don't just answer it yet. We have a reason why we're asking.
Exactly. Yeah, we just need to know what's up with something.
Yes, and you guys are so worldly and knowledgeable. No, for real. And so you need to tell us like what's going on because...
True.
Jamil and I have not... Yeah, we don't know what's up. So, we'll tell you all about it.
Yes.
Let's get some bites in, though, and enjoy.
All right, let's do it.
Yay. Oh, that looks good.
I know. Do you want some?
No, but
I want you to have some.
No.
You want the first bite?
You tell me if it's good or not.
Okay. It's good.
Nice.
That is good.
Good. Mm-hmm. Yummy, yummy.
Oh, make sure to save you some.
No, I really actually don't want it, but it does look good. But thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to figure out what... Oh, that's seaweed. Okay, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, there's seaweed in there.
Seaweed. I love seaweed, actually.
Radish. There's an egg in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the egg fell to the bottom. Uh-huh. It's funny. It doesn't make it long, you know? Mm-hmm. On the picture, they show you with the ramen and stuff, the egg's always on top sitting there.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know.
Every time you put an egg in there, it always falls to the bottom.
It does. You know? Do you want some sriracha first?
No, but I got some... Louisiana hot sauce, actually.
Oh, okay.
I know. I was in the vibe. I'm feeling this.
Going different.
Yeah, a little different. Is it gonna be good? I don't know. But we got so many hot sauces. I gotta start somewhere. Here we go. How was it?
It was a really good first bite.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Which one did you do? That one?
The baked salmon on top.
Yes.
You guys, and just FYI, these two rolls are fully cooked. A lot of people don't want to do sushi because they think that you have to go raw fish. You don't. This is the only one that has raw spicy tuna on top. Yeah. But the rest is cooked. You have cooked crab, cooked scallops, cooked shrimp in here. It's really good.
But I do have a question, though. For those of you who maybe did sushi and didn't like it or something.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Is the seaweed, does this have seaweed in it? It does.
Yeah.
Does the seaweed stand out, and do you like it or do you not? Because that's my thought. My thought is the seaweed is what also makes it a little fishy tasting.
Yeah, Jamil's theory is that the seaweed throws people off.
Mm-hmm. If not the fish. Then it's probably that,
I can see that theory, but I feel like I don't taste the seaweed. But
well, I know, but that's because we're so used to it. Mm-hmm. But somebody who's never really eaten seaweed much, I feel like they can taste it, I think. Ooh, that's a really good roll.
They're all good.
Do you remember the name of this place? Mm-hmm. You do? Mm-hmm. Because we might be going back here.
Good.
Take your time.
That was a big bite.
I know.
Man.
I also want to say, it's been... I don't want to say we've gone to not a lot of sushi places out here, but we've been to a good amount. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing the Bay Area does better is sushi. Mm-hmm. The sushi is a little bit better. It's a little more, it's not necessarily taste-wise better. It's just better in freshness,
I think so, too.
I'm sure they probably get it from, maybe the Bay, I'm thinking, right? Probably in San Francisco.
Yeah, or they should.
They should, yeah. So it's a little bit fresher,
This place is called, I believe, Sushi and Joy.
Sushi Enjoy?
Sushi and Joy.
Oh, got it. So it's like a play on the word.
Is it?
Unless there's someone called Joy.
It's just sushi and joy. Like you're joyful as you're eating sushi.
I thought it was like sushi enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's and.
Who knows?
Anyways.
Let's call the owner and ask him.
We just DoorDashed it, but it got good reviews, so. That's why we did it.
Yep.
Call the owner and ask.
We can. Do you want some of this?
No, I'm good.
It's good.
I'm glad you like it, though.
It's really good.
Yay.
You guys, I couldn't do the chopsticks today with the noodles.
Yeah.
It's like teasing my mouth. I can only get like 1 or 2 noodles in there.
Do you?
I had to do it with this.
Do you, boo? Okay, you guys. So, do you want to get into the topic?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I'll explain it.
Okay, because I had to start too.
So, okay.
Okay, but you go first.
All right. Well, I want to talk about the fact that we wanted to do something a little different for our channel.
Okay.
That's how I want to start.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Okay.
So, we definitely enjoy doing these mukbangs, and we're going to continue doing them. It's not changing. Food reviews, all that's going to stay the same. However, we wanted to do just something fun from time to time, a little bit different, So, we went on our road trip, as you guys know, to Chicago. We went there and back and had a lot of fun.
We had a great time.
Like, honestly, like a lot of fun, So much where, in my mind, I'm like, I love flying and stuff like that, but I like road trips. I love it. So, anyways, so we're like, feeling good, feeling invincible. We're like...
Invincible. Oh, that.
Well, invincible in the sense where it's like, these road trips are amazing.
We're coming off a high for the road trip. We just had a great time. It was really fun to explore, go different places, like see the scenery as you're driving. Like we really enjoyed it. We thought we'd like it because we always go back from California to Vegas. We usually drive, so we're used to the road trip. But anyways, it just inspired us to do more. Mm-hmm. So Jamil and I, we're talking about ways that we can travel more.
Yeah. And do stuff like that.
And then Jamil had this story that from a childhood that he mentioned.
So, I don't know if you guys know, but I used to live in Alaska when I was younger. Age about 5 to 10, I lived in Alaska. My brother, actually, shout out to him, he lived there much longer than that.
Yeah.
But we lived there for a number of years, and we actually got to Alaska by Greyhound. And, I'm 5 years old.
And where were you coming from?
Coming from California.
Okay, like Bay Area.
Exactly, the Bay Area, California. I want to say specifically San Rafael. Anyways, for those of you that know San Rafael, you probably know the area or something. But anyways, we took Greyhound there. And the funny thing, being 5 years old, going through Greyhound with my parents and my brothers, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It did take, like I said, took 5 days. And it's actually one of my first memories, consecutive memories. Of course, I remember stuff when I was, younger, 3, 4 and stuff. But consecutive days, I remember that. That was my first, And it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. So I was talking to Kristen. I was like, why don't we do Greyhound?
Yeah.
Why don't we do a trip? Because we've been talking about going to places we've been talking about actually going to New York, thinking about going there, visiting. I know Chicago, we enjoyed that again.
We were thinking of going to Florida. We want to
Florida.
just travel more. And Jamil's like, I took Greyhound when I was a kid. It was a blast. It took 5 nights to get from California to Alaska, which is crazy.
Yeah, so in my mind, I was like, well, maybe this is something that you might be interested in too. So... we haven't booked anything, it's really just a thought right now. But we started thinking in our mind, let's look into it a little bit and kind of see,
Let's do some research.
Exactly.
So what do we do?
So we did a lot of research.
We YouTubed it. We YouTubed Greyhound, travel.
Yeah.
Greyhound bus, things like that.
Yeah.
And we found this guy. All right, is there anything else you wanted to say before that?
No, go ahead. Well, first of all, I'll say this.
Yeah.
Before we found the guy, we found that Greyhound has a lot of problems. I'll put it like this. It wasn't necessarily from what I remember at 5 years old, it wasn't the greatest situation, but it was still enjoyable. It was a lot of fun. A lot of, people on the bus, everyone's just doing their thing. It wasn't a scary thing, from what I can remember. But after seeing some of the videos, I'm like... it seems a little dangerous. It seems a little dangerous.
And this is why we need your opinion, you guys. So, the time in between the 90s when Jamil went
yes,
to now, My guess is something has changed because Jamil's memory is like kumbaya, like, you know, it was all cute and quirky. Have a great time on the seat, you know, chilling with the family.
But see, I was also 5 though. See, that's the problem. Like, maybe it wasn't as, maybe for my parents, maybe they were concerned. Maybe they were like, hey, we got to watch out because of this or that. You know, I'm 5. I'm just going with the flow. Like,
you had a good time. You had good memories.
Exactly. So, but yeah, so I remember like making multiple stops, like stopping in different cities and stuff like that. But anyway, so long story short, we started doing some research. We were like, all right, well, if we're going to do this, because once again, we wanted to record this. We didn't want to just do, you know, just go there just to chill and stuff like that. We wanted to actually record a trip and talk to you guys about it and kind of like, you know, do like a road trip. And it'd be easier to record instead of driving, because when you're driving, you know, you can't always, I don't know, I feel like I would want to record you and myself while the bus is moving.
Yeah, right. It's hard
rather than driving. Exactly.
One person has to drive, obviously, when you're doing a road trip by yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
So anyways, long story short, we eventually saw some videos of people that were like, well, we had some problems here and there. But then we came across this dude. And the guy's name is, what's his page?
I think it's like Frugal Travel Guru.
Yes, it is. That's exactly
Frugal Travel Guru.
Shout out to that guy, because that guy might have just saved our life. Because he was telling us, or not telling us, but on his videos, he's talking about the pros and cons, because he does Greyhound, or he used to do it all the time.
Yeah, that was like his
go-to
preference of transportation.
Yes, and he was just talking about how concerned it is. You mind if I have a bite?
Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I really want to jump in on the.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
it's
hard
to like. Just jump in.
Okay, cool. So sorry, super quick.
Okay.
So, anyways, so we came across this guy's channel. Talks about the pros and cons. He really wants people to like be educated before they take Greyhound, right? But anyways, we realized that he made a lot more con videos than positive. So we're like watching, listening to things, and you know, seeing how it goes. Anyway, so Greyhound, we talk about pros super quick?
Go for it, yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it does go from, like, you can take it almost anywhere in the United States. Is that true?
I want to say you can take it anywhere in the United States. I mean, I didn't look up, like, Maine, but, like, coming from Maine. But, sorry. It doesn't do Alaska anymore.
Oh, yeah.
At least I couldn't find it on their website, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, so, yeah, I'm not sure. But I think, almost anywhere else, though.
Of the lower 48, right? Okay, yeah, we think it does. Anyways, so pros is that if you take a Greyhound, oftentimes, or at least back in the day, it did used to be the cheapest mode of transportation compared to flying or a train or things like that. I do have to say, I think we looked at the prices and they are comparable now to flights, actually.
They've gone up.
Because you can find a cheap flight for, you know, if you get a good deal somewhere, you know, $150, $200 if it's like a really good deal.
Especially if you want to do flights like next day or a couple days later. Sometimes you can find really good deals where they just happen to have a seat for like $200, things like that, you know. So you can really get good deals there, you know. But looking at this, it's like really like you're for a regular flight. For example, from California to Florida, we looked that up. It was like $270, I believe it was.
That's cheap.
But it is. It's pretty good. But if you were to take a flight. It's like...
Oh, that's Greyhound.
That's Greyhound.
Oh,
that's Greyhound.
Oh.
No, if you're about to take a flight, you're probably only spending like an extra $100.
Right.
You know, and for economy seats, but still, it's like an extra $100 or something like that, right? Maybe a little bit more, depending on the day you buy. Of course, Tuesdays are good days to buy plane tickets, just so you guys know.
Oh,
in case you don't know.
They are.
So, anyways, so what we... so in our mind... Oh, yeah, go ahead. Keep going with what you were saying.
No.
Okay, so anyways, long story short, this guy's talking about... He's breaking it all down, you guys, as far as like... the pros and cons of it, mainly cons. And, you know, I remember, you know, when I was in, you know, when we were doing Greyhound when I was younger, we would stop, and we did a lot of stops, right? They do 10-minute stops and stuff like that so you can get food. But I remember eating at like, you know, not like crazy anything special, but, you know, we ate at some restaurants. It was nice. We ate at some restaurants. I think the way my parents actually set up the trip is... we actually were able to spend the night at like a hotel for one night, you know, or maybe even 2 nights, something like that.
Awesome.
So they set it up in a way where it's very comfortable. But now, you know, they still make all these stops and stuff like that, but where they drop you off, all of the destinations, you guys, are really concerning destinations. A lot of drug deals going on, apparently. A lot of and this isn't just this guy's words. This is actually, if you look it up, they talk about the stations and how there's a lot of crime in those areas. So they're dropping you off with all of your suitcases and all your stuff, because maybe you got to transfer to another bus, and you're, at sometimes it's not even a station. Sometimes it's just like an open...
like a McDonald's.
Yeah, a McDonald's.
Right?
A McDonald's, an open parking lot.
A gas station, an open parking lot.
And they just kind of drop you off there.
The guy said on his channel is that even the bus driver has told the passengers, hey, don't leave the station. Like if you're waiting for your bus transfer. Yeah. Because oftentimes you have to wait for a new bus to pick you up and go on the route you're going. They said don't leave the station, So drop you off in some shady areas, that's definitely facts, right?
He was talking about how one station he got off at, he had to go to a hotel room because there was going to be this long layover, and he was saying that people were casing him. He felt like he was about to get robbed, pretty much. And the hotel, he had to go to a hotel that was like a block or two or something away, so he was made it okay, but he said it was real concerning.
It's like 3 in the morning, downtown Dallas. He said it was like a super shady area.
And I think he said he had looked at like reports or something of that or something, knew that it was a bad area, So that was a little concerning, Because for us, we want to do this. It'd be a lot of fun to do it. But I'm not trying to get robbed. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to have problems as we're doing this. It's concerning.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's so... They'll drop you off at the station. You'll have to wait for your bus. You have layovers oftentimes. So if you're going long distance, you're going to have a layover waiting for the other Greyhound bus to get there. However...
This is the worst part of it.
Is it? Opinion. You think so? Yeah.
Worse than getting robbed. Maybe not.
You tell us what's worse. Robbed or sometimes you have to wait for a 4-hour layover, a 9-hour layover, a 16-hour layover. Hence why the guy walked to a hotel because he wasn't trying to wait in the station for 18 hours.
Yes.
That's a long time.
I want to add to that too.
Yeah.
It's not sometimes. It's that there's a good chance that could happen.
Not for 18 hours though.
Well, not 18.
Yeah.
But he did say there is a good chance. You be prepared because there is a chance that could happen.
That you'll be late
to
your destination and you'll have to wait for buses. You will have layovers. He did say that.
Yeah, he said you'll have layovers. Which, and don't get me wrong, of course layovers are going to happen with the bus. It makes sense. You're going to look at the ticket and it'll tell you an hour or two or something like that. That's okay. Yeah. You can prepare for that. But what he also said is majority of the time, whatever the layover says on your ticket is incorrect.
Yep.
It's longer.
Yeah.
Way longer. Majority of the time.
Because they said that, so basically, the buses run late.
They run late.
They have issues. They break down for a little bit. They have to wait for new buses. Sometimes the drivers don't show up. They have such a huge shortage of drivers. So it is common that you're going to have probably 2-4 hour layover in certain places, which that I was telling Jamil, I'm I could handle maybe a 4. It's long, but you can just chill at the station, watch a movie on your phone, whatever. But it's the 18 that's rough.
Yeah.
So then let's say it was an 18, then you maybe want to consider getting a hotel, take a shower, hang out. But then you're paying more money for something. The reason you're taking Greyhound is for economy. You're trying to save money. Well, in our case, we want to vlog and obviously do it for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it just sounds fun, right? To do that type of trip. But it is just there's a lot that goes to it, which was interesting because, we all know, if you catch a flight or if you do a train or if you drive yourself or things like that, outside of driving yourself, but if you're taking public transportation, right? You expect it to actually be on time. You expect it, if there is a layover or if there is something, you expect someone to tell you about the layover, maybe compensate you if it's too much or something like that. Didn't really sound like that with Greyhound. No. It sounded like what this guy was saying is that it's kind of like if something happens, something goes wrong, you're on your own.
The guy literally said,
on your own,
all Greyhound guarantees is that you will make it to point A to point B where you're going. That's the only guarantee in their contract. When, How? Like, that's not, no, they don't care about that. Yes, they have a schedule that they try to abide by.
Yeah.
But no, their guarantee is that they will get you to your destination, but that can take a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Also,
definitely.
you're traveling cross country, depending on like what time of the year it is, right?
Yeah.
You got snowstorms. You have hail. My mom's gonna be like, "Duh, go." You have snowstorms. You have hail. You have tornadoes. You have roadblocks. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Things are gonna happen on the road to also delay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I would definitely say not all of it's Greyhound's fault. Obviously,
Yeah.
some of these things are just gonna happen, no matter what. A flat tire is gonna happen.
Yeah.
The guy talked about how the bus itself was breaking down on the road while he was trying to go from Las Vegas to Florida. Like one of the buses was. Anyways, he talks about that, and he actually says that the bus breaking down wasn't the problem. The mistake is that when they got to a transfer point to actually change buses, which they should have done, they kept the same bus.
They didn't switch out the bus that was having mechanical issues.
Exactly.
And they were stopping every 2 seconds on the way there.
And it continued to stop more past that.
So eventually it literally like went kaput.
Yeah.
On their, and then that's when he had like an 18-hour transfer. And he said that basically everybody had to get a new bus ticket because every single person had missed their transfer because they had stopped.
Yep.
So when they get to the station, he said there were 40 people in line trying to get a new route, ticketed print thing going on. And the lady was super overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I can imagine there's one person working there, maybe two at the most if you're lucky.
Exactly.
Trying to print 40 people's tickets and figuring out what new routes they're going to take.
I know. So she was just printing whatever she could.
Whatever she could.
So some people because of that, they would have a 9-hour layover, 18-hour layover, all these different times and stuff like that because in her mind, she's just like, I just got to knock this out,
Yep.
So that's concerning too, you run into something like that, So, go ahead.
There's just more. I mean, there's more, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were just watching it. They were talking about how, like, it can be dangerous, because, there's people on there that, are it's just dangerous. You got to be very, very cautious. You got to be aware of your surroundings and stuff like that, which is fine. I think that's okay because as long as you're just, you're just aware of what's going on and stuff like that, I don't think that's a problem, in my opinion. I mean, sure. I mean, except for the one story that we heard, which we'll talk about in a second. You can't be prepared for that. But, but some of the other stuff, like, I feel like as long as you know your surroundings and stuff. And then, like, I do remember, can I say something too? When I was a kid, so if you guys have ever done Greyhound before, you know that they have, like, a toilet in the back
of the
bus.
Yeah. So I thought that was a perk. Yeah. I swear I did. And I'm like, oh, there's a bathroom. Because I was thinking of, like, the fact that people probably, if you didn't have a bathroom on the bus, everybody's going to be like, hey, they just go to the bathroom and you go back.
It is a perk because of that.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it is a perk. Ultimately, it's a perk.
However,
but every perk comes with its problems.
The guy said, do not sit in the back.
Yes.
He said, do not sit near the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, right? Because after a while, who knows how long that bus is traveling for? A day or two before they switch buses out?
And it's pretty much a porta potty. You know what a porta potty?
Oh, is it?
It's a porta potty, of course.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what it is.
It doesn't flush?
No, it doesn't flush. At least, unless they adjusted it and made it different. But from when I went, it wasn't flushing. It was a porta potty that was in there on the Greyhound. That's what it was.
Okay, yeah, so
that was a real problem.
It said don't sit in the back. Yeah, it said sit in the front.
Yes.
So, and then it even said the front, like the whole bus is like, it'll smell.
Yeah.
He also said that they keep the bus really, really cold.
Yeah.
So to bring blankets. So he can just give you tips and stuff. So
that's right.
I'm just trying to think of like cons here that he was telling us. And just let us know if you think we're crazy for
he was
wanting
saying
to do it.
Yeah, he was talking about the power supply because they have plugs that are right down below where you should be able to plug in your phone. Yep. But he's like, sometimes those power supplies, actually a lot of times those power supplies don't work. Like on one half of the bus it'll work and the other half it doesn't work. So the side you're sitting on might not even have it,
So sometimes people will be asking you to use your plug, charge their phone. And he's not trying to monitor other people's phones, but
exactly.
It's a whole thing. Like you're just like in there together, like trying to survive.
Yeah,
do your thing. Get to your destination. Yeah.
And then he also talked, well, actually this was some of the videos we were watching. People were like, multiple people said this. They were like, we could not sleep on the bus because every time you started to sleep and stuff like that, maybe you did sleep for like an hour or something, the bus stopped because they have to make a lot of stops, which makes a lot of sense. You should be making stops. So it's like hard to even get rest.
They
right?
make you get off though.
That's right. They make you get off. You can't lay on a bus.
If it's a 10-minute stop, they don't make you get off usually.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of 20-minute stops, 30-minute stops where I guess, I don't know why, maybe people get on, or does the bus driver have to rest, right? With
It's
breaks.
probably a combo.
But anyways, they make you get off. So like, so maybe every hour or two, you're getting off.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to, you can't sleep.
My question is, do you get your seat back? Or are people trying to take your seat?
Oh no, people take your seat. The guy had a story when we haven't watched yet, but it said when someone took my seat. Oh yeah, people are trying to take. Oh yeah, and especially if you get like new people probably coming on, if they do that, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, and you have to. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You get your seat taken for sure, and then you have to be stuck with the area without the working power cord and stuff like that.
Exactly. So even with all of this, you guys, in our minds, we're still kind of like maybe.
So yeah.
Until go ahead.
And I also didn't realize that let's say we went to Florida. I want to say it was like 3 nights. I mean, you're not taking a shower for 3 days.
Yes, that's true. But that's okay. If you have wipes and you got a bathroom. But see, okay, let me say this. This is what you do, though. What you do is you break up your trip. So if it takes 3 days for Greyhound to get you to Florida, which I think it does, what you should do is you should actually stop. You should do a destination from, let's say if it's California or Nevada or something, to a certain state, wherever that's going to be, and you break for you actually just pay for that trip, right? Stay at a hotel for 1 whole day, maybe even 2. That way you can shower, that way you can rest, that way you can get food and all that type of stuff, and then book another Greyhound to take you the rest of the way.
Yes,
that's what you should do.
But some people don't have that luxury.
Sorry, exactly.
But yes, if you can,
that's absolutely true.
If you can afford it,
if you can't afford that, that's true, and I think that's what happens with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there was one Greyhound. Speaking of that, where it broke down or something happened, and the people were stuck at the gas station for like 3 days. Remember that?
Yeah. So there was a story where they were in the middle of nowhere, except for a gas station.
Yeah.
People with their luggage. Stuck for like 3 days. I think they were waiting for
crazy.
Obviously another bus, but maybe they couldn't find a driver for so long. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
But the people literally were there for 3 days.
I mean, imagine you're on the bus, you're going to your destination, and they pull over like, hey, everyone off. Yeah. We're having trouble. Yeah. We gotta wait for another driver or whatever. And next thing you know, 3 days later, you're still at the station. It's not even a station, by the way. Oh, it was the gas station. That's right. It didn't even make it to the station.
No, it was a gas station. Yeah. So also,
I would be so mad. I might just get on the bus that's there and just drive off. If the bus was there,
assuming it wasn't broke down.
I know, it's true.
I also have to say that,
man.
Again, please comment down below if you've taken Greyhound. How far was the trip? We do want to know details, pros and cons of it. But also, from what we were hearing, is that the bus drivers, shout out to them. That is a hard job, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
If you're doing a big leg, obviously they switch drivers out and stuff a lot, but still, that's a hard job. Anyways, point is, they say the bus drivers are really not
happy.
They're not happy usually, and they're not very helpful.
Helpful, that was the word he said.
Yeah.
They're not helpful.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, how helpful are you going to be? You just want to get to your destination and stuff like that, and people are coming to you like, hey, I'm supposed to go to this station by this time, and and you're like, look, I'm just driving.
He doesn't care.
I don't really care. I'm just trying to get you to where you need to go.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and then
I get that.
So that being said, we're not going to get into big details.
Oh, our turning point. Why we're really, really considering not doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't get into details because, YouTube won't allow us to get too detailed because we get demonetized and stuff. So pretty much, without getting in too much detail, saying too much, this guy was pretty much unalived on the bus.
In a gruesome way.
Very gruesome
I want to say this is circa 2006 or 2008, something like that.
It was 2008, actually. Thank you for reminding me.
You guys can look it up, but it was...
Yeah. I can't even say how, because it was very detailed and,
bad.
really bad.
So anyways,
really
this
bad.
guy, this young man, traveling alone from Canada.
Yep.
He's basically napping.
Yep.
And some guy, as he's napping on the bus, who's also taking the bus,
Yep.
unalived him, in a very crazy way.
For no reason.
Like, no
it was,
reason, yeah.
I think I believe the guy had schizophrenia and stuff like that from what the whole story was.
Yeah.
But anyways, he just literally, just for no reason, right? And that's concerning.
Now now I know you're gonna probably say bad things happen everywhere. It happened in 2008,
Yeah.
So yes, usually I would say like majority of times like you are gonna be safe.
Yeah.
If you have street smarts. However, or common sense. However, in this case, it's scary to think that like you don't know who your passengers are gonna be, and they could have like some big issues. You know?
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the biggest thing about this, like you might say, like, well, then just sit together and you're fine.
Yeah.
The problem is Greyhound doesn't have assigned seating.
Right.
So we might, if we're like at the back of the line getting on the bus, we might literally have to sit next to random people who you don't know, and it's just kind of confusing at that point, So that's concerning, and that's making me almost say I don't want to do it, because honestly, a part of me still wants to do it with all this craziness. Like a part of me still wants to do this trip, you guys.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I want to do it, but I promise you, if 10 minutes in, if we're not sitting next to each other and I have some rando weird person trying to talk to me, I promise you we are getting off of the next stop and stopping it. Like I'll be willing to try, but if anything happens where like I can't be next to you, I'm not doing it. I mean unless the person next to me is hella cool and you.
That's true.
Okay, maybe. But no. It's like I'll do it with the idea that if at any point we'd feel unsafe, we abort mission.
Abort mission, exactly. I mean, the thing is, though, you have to be in an area where you can abort mission, right?
I know.
Like, if the bus drops you off at a random gas station and there's no, like, service or there's no... there's no
or in
Uber
the middle of nowhere,
or somewhere.
Which happens.
Yeah.
At 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Which that's another thing too. Everything seems to be a.m. I don't know why. Like they drop you off at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m., stuff like that. So
and and they say nothing good happens after midnight. And unfortunately, Greyhound travels are 24/7.
True.
So I don't know. I just wish that so my gripes. So again, please, if you've taken Greyhound, let us know. But my gripes about it are, I just wish that the stops weren't shady 80.
Yeah.
Like, it would be nice if the stops could be in better areas. Now, I understand that, like, you're traveling, and sometimes it's the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
But it still doesn't mean that the middle of nowhere needs to be shady. I don't know. It's just, like, I would think that it would be nice if they were a little better.
Yeah. I mean, that's the difficult part.
More populated,
Yeah, exactly. They do drop you off in areas that are specifically... little questionable areas that can be, and that's the concern. I don't know why, like you said, they can't figure out a good location to drop you off that's a little bit safer. I don't know why.
And there's just something like vulnerable about because they make you get off the bus, you wait for the next one.
Yep.
And there is something vulnerable about you carrying your luggage with you, just like having that on you.
Yeah.
And you're just waiting for 4, 6, 8 hours with your luggage.
The guy suggested bringing pepper spray. That's how crazy it was.
He did.
Just in case,
He did, yeah. Okay, so...
Anyways, you guys...
Should we do it?
Well, yes. I do want to say, there's a couple things. It's beautiful driving through the country. Like, they go through Colorado, like, especially if you're going, more towards Chicago and stuff like that. Like, it's beautiful. So, to me, I'm like, it's still fun because you still get that experience and stuff like that. So I still kind of want to do it, but in reality, guys, we probably won't do it. What we'll probably end up doing is like a train ride because we want to do maybe Amtrak or something like that. Because we've done Amtrak before too, from it was North California, Northern to Southern California, which was okay. It was pretty good too, but I don't know if we're gonna do the Greyhound. But let us know what you guys think. Are we crazy, or I mean, I know you don't want to do it. It's me probably convincing you.
No, I did.
You do
I wanted to do it
okay.
until some of the stories were like, you know, I'm just more about like safety, right?
Yeah.
And then also like I was like, well, maybe we could just go to LA. It's a 4-hour drive from here.
Yep.
I believe they all, only stop a few times.
Yeah,
one in Barstow, one in Victorville, if you know the area.
Yeah.
But they also drop you off in downtown LA when you get there.
In a bad area of downtown LA.
Yes.
Which is not safe.
Now, you could always have your Uber ready. I don't know. You're probably fine. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't know.
I mean, if I really thought we were like in like super danger, I'd be like, no, we're not going to do it. But I know we'll be fine.
Yeah.
You just have to make sure you're aware of your surroundings. That's all. Mm-hmm. You really got to make sure you're good. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, I don't know.
I'm thinking about it as well. I'm like, So, yeah, pros and cons. Obviously, I do think, yes, we for sure want to do more like road trips, like, and with us driving, but would a Greyhound be an experience?
I know. And I really would have loved to like recreate the Alaska trip, and have you go all the way to Alaska and stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't have it anymore.
That would be really cool. Wow.
Yeah. It was
5 days?
It was 5 days.
I mean, that's like...
But now that I think about it, maybe it was 5 days because we stopped and got a room.
That's true.
So that might have been what happened. I mean, I was so young, I can't remember. I should actually ask my mom about it just to ask her how they booked it and stuff.
So you don't remember any like shady people on the bus?
No. I remember the bus. I remember the toilet. I remember it was terrible.
Were you in the back of the bus?
We were in the middle, and it was blown up. So that's the only way to say it. It was blown up. Like a lot. I mean, 5 days. I mean, you know what I mean? It was blown up. And it was not cool. I remember that specifically.
You know what there needs to be? There needs to be just like an unspoken rule, or maybe just a verbal pact amongst people on the bus.
Yeah.
Hey, please make it, number one. And, and only the other if it's an absolute emergency. Of course. Like, that's why it's there. It's kind of like, when you're in a family RV, usually those are rules too.
That's true.
Don't do the number 2 unless it's an absolute emergency.
Okay.
A lot of families will say that.
I guess that's true. They also have windows on these RVs. I don't think there's a window in that bathroom. That should be at least said ahead of time, and people can raise it. Can be a democracy. Yeah.
People raise their hand, majority vote. I'd vote for that. Of course, if it's emergency, you have to do. Sure.
Yeah, and you're talking about number 2, not number 1.
Yeah, number 1 I think is okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're saying number 2.
Yeah, what do you think? Would that be cool? It's like camaraderie amongst the people.
I don't think you could do that. Obviously.
No, just to. I'm honestly not going to police it or anything, but
you can. You can be in front. Just being like, "Is this an emergency? Can you wait 20 minutes till we make our next stop?"
1 to 10, how bad do you need to go? Number 2.
Seriously. No, but I hear you. I feel you on it.
I bet if you did have a pact though with the bus, ahead of time, and anybody could do it.
Oh,
you could be the leader of the pact. I'm sure it probably would be less.
Oh, it would be. It would be better. Yeah. Also, is there a way to like get some extra fans in the bus or something like that?
So there's no windows?
There's windows, but I don't think you can open them that much. I mean, I don't know how wide you can open them and stuff. But if the bus is already cold, you don't want to open it even more and get more cold air, especially depending on where you're at.
Okay, so let's hear your stories.
Yes.
Whether you've taken them personally or people who've taken them.
Yes.
What we're worried most about is like big layovers and like bad areas.
Yeah.
Right. Those are like the big.
True.
Yeah.
And also that's another thing too. Like if we do it, that's another thing. I'm not bringing a suitcase. I'm bringing a backpack, a carry-on only that can carry everything.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I agree.
But other than that, you guys, let us know what you think. Let us know if, I would say let us know if it's safe, but we already know it's probably not that safe. But let us know if you want us to do it, if you think it's a good idea, if it might be fun, because I think we'd be okay. You guys let us know.
Okay, yes. Okay, guys, we hope you enjoyed this conversation and this delicious sushi.
Yeah.
So good. I'm glad we did it.
For sure.
Okay, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for another video.
We'll catch you next time.
Peace out, trouts.